Hi, my name is Brittany Callaghy, and this is my first video journal entry for the class EDUU 676. So today I'm going to reflect on a classroom observation and the autism program environment rating scale form that I completed. First, I'm going to talk about my observations. So the first section of the form included learning environments. As soon as I walked into the classroom, I noticed the layout and the design of the classroom. The layout allowed for all staff members and students to move around the classroom easily. The teacher's desk, along with the instructional aides desk, were situated in a way that allowed them to monitor all students at all times. I did notice that there was no use of dividers within this classroom, as the students did not necessarily need them or require them. Students had their own individual desks with their name tags velcroed on top, so they knew where their desk was whenever the teacher moved them. Within their desk, they had access to a pencil box that had pencils, markers, crayons, highlighters, scissors, and also within their desk, they had a composition book and a whiteboard. They would take all those materials to their small group rotations, so those materials were easily accessed within their desk. Creating physical boundaries would be an area that probably can use some improvements within this classroom. During one free choice rotation, there were a couple students getting up and moving items from one table to another. So in this situation, I think it would be beneficial for the teacher to use some type of visuals or provide physical boundaries to let the students know that all items at the table needed to stay at that specific table. For the next section, learning environment structure and schedule. As soon as I walked into the classroom, I noticed their daily visual schedule at the front of the room. I saw that it had visuals as well as written words. For some students, I believe that adding the time would have been beneficial. I did notice that one student had an individual schedule that was the same as the one posted in the front of the room. Her instructional aide was in charge of making sure the schedule was correct, but the student was in charge of removing the tasks after they were completed. In this situation, I think that all students would have benefited from their own personal schedules. This would have given them the opportunity to feel like they have accomplished tasks throughout their day. During small group rotation, she posted a schedule on the smartboard as well. This schedule seemed to be beneficial to the staff members more than the students, though. It was hard for the students to follow, and there was no visual aids. I would suggest making it more kid-friendly and to color code it for each rotation to match the table that they are going to or going to be working at. The last one, positive learning environments. I saw that all team members were engaged with the students. They seemed genuinely interested in what the students were talking to them about. Staff members also asked questions to further the conversation, and I saw them making jokes with each other. I saw a lot of positive reinforcements as well as rewards. Students would receive class dojo points for being on task, participating, raising hands. Students would also receive 5 minutes of free choice for working hard during their small group rotations. So I noticed that students really enjoyed their free choice. Redirecting, I did notice that occasionally some of the staff members would have a hard time redirecting students that were off task. So I would note that or talk to the teacher about having her provide the instructional aides with strategies and tips and really get to know the students and what they like and what they do not like, because you could redirect with things that they like, hey, if you um, pay attention to what we're doing right now, you can work for a puzzle. So figuring out redirecting strategies that work specifically for that student is very important. Lastly, what appealed to me within the classroom and what did not. I really enjoyed the layout of the classroom. I felt like it was kids friendly, it was welcoming, it felt safe, it felt comfortable, it wasn't overwhelming. The walls also weren't very overwhelming with materials on them. They were strategically placed and they had academic content that the students were referring to during their group rotations. The overall feel of the classroom was also super appealing, how the aides interacted with each other and interacted with the kids. When you walk in that classroom, you just feel happy and you feel engaged with the kids, and it was just awesome. And I also like the reward system. Class Dojo is amazing. The kids love how their characters are monsters. You're able to give points in real time, and whenever you do give points, it makes a noise so all the other students can hear when another student is being rewarded. The only thing that wasn't really appealing to me was the small group rotation schedule. It was appealing in a way that the adults were able to use it, but it wasn't appealing because the kids weren't able to refer to it and really understand it and where they were supposed to go. They kept asking questions like, where am I supposed to go next? And so it would have been a little bit more beneficial for the kids if it had visuals or if it was color coded for them to use. Lastly, my overall impression, I believe that this classroom had a positive learning environment. The students were happy. The staff members were great. They were happy. There was a healthy amount of rewards and reinforcements, which is always good. Even the students were giving affirmations to each other. They were giving fist bumps, high fives for them staying on task and participating. So my overall impression was amazing, and I really enjoyed filling out the rating scale and observing the classroom. So thank you for listening.